Hello, everyone, and welcome out to the top 10 games of 2025 here on the Dice Tower. My name's Chris Yee.
I'm Camilla.
And I'm Joey Evans.
Today, this is part of the Winter Spectacular here, which is sponsored by Ivy Studio.
Yeah.
They've been fantastic. They helped us actually put the live play studio together.
They have.
With some of the camera work and everything going on there. And they make a bunch of great games, of course. So go check out them. So thanks for sponsoring the event here. It's kind of a fun end-of-the-year recap, right?
Yes.
It is.
It's I'm very torn on it because it's so exciting. Like, I'm so glad that game is this year and I get to talk about it. But then it's like all the holes that I didn't play. You know, like I didn't play this
100%.
game. Oh man, that one might have made the list. I don't know. Like, so I don't know. I'm very torn at doing it right now. I'm like, can I just have 6 more months? That's all I need. 6 more months of 2025.
But the year is also so long. It's like, I don't think that was this year. Then you're like, it was this year.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
There's at least one from like January and then a few from March that still made it on, which is nice. It's not just a recency kind of a thing.
And then there's always that hard push and pull where it's like, okay, technically it came out in 2024, but it was after I made my 2024 list.
Yes.
So can I count it this year? You know, like because we did it earlier. Yeah. So it's tough.
Yeah. So these ones came out this year, but I forget. Have you already done a 2024 revisited list?
No, mine's coming out soon. 2 weeks, I think. I don't know. I've already scheduled it.
Something
It's on
similar.
the schedule.
Yeah. So looking back at the games, because there are some that we missed.
Right.
And that's always
Right.
a little bit heartbreaking when you're like, oh, there's a really good one that just came out. But you know what? Here's 10 still fantastic games that I feel good about. So let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, I am first, right? Is that me?
Yep, that's you. You can tell by the wink.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't wink. Chris does not wink.
That's
That's
all
my
right.
catchphrase. I've decided.
Is it? Okay.
He made it himself. Can you tell?
All right.
Self-appointed nicknames are the best, right? Chris Dragonson? Oh, that's what they call me.
Weird.
That is great. It's like, this is my nickname. And people are like, okay.
Try again. Yeah, try again tomorrow.
New school. Okay, so my number 10, this is a surprise for me. I enjoy this game a lot. It's been getting a lot of play. It is a more recent game by Thunderworks. It is it almost has an auto battler feel, but it's a deck builder game. It is Fliptoons. Fliptoons, this is a simple game from this year that we kind of go to. And this is cool because you're drafting through the center. The artwork is very Cuphead style. And
Noodle Arm, I think it's called, right? Is
yeah,
that what it's
Noodle
called?
Arm. Is
Noodle
that what they
Arm?
call
Yeah.
it now? Not Cuphead, I guess?
I think Cuphead uses the Noodle Arm style of art.
Got it.
Yeah,
The
I
original is Noodle Arm.
If you were in a time machine and went back to the 80s and said, you know that Cuphead style art?
No.
They wouldn't know what you meant. Yeah.
No.
Fine.
It's kind of like Kleenex, you know? We all know what you mean. You mean tissue.
Yes, exactly.
I am planning on doing that. All right, so
My fiddle stick. Hold on.
your
Got
fiddle?
it back.
Fiddlesticks.
Got my fiddle stick back.
Anyway.
Carry on. Tell me about Fliptoons.
This one's very quick. It's very quick to play and to teach, and it has a push your luck energy because you're drafting these cards and you're placing them out and scoring points depending on where they place. But also, so it really does matter when they come out and where they are. And there's a small bit of take that. I think there's a pig card or something like that. But the majority of it is there's player interaction, but it doesn't feel mean at all. Yeah. I really enjoy this more than I thought I would. I think there's a lot of strategy with it, but there's also a lot of luck with what pulls out, you know? So it has kind of an auto battler feel, although it's not an auto battler.
That's the part that confused me. Like, it's this auto battler type game.
But
and
you can't organize. It's deck builder, but I like that because it comes out and it's just, there are ways to mitigate it. Some cards allow you to do things, but yeah, I enjoy the feel of this.
But once you set it up, you just kind of let it rip and see what happens.
You do. And you can kind of fine tune your deck to a point. Have you played this?
I've not.
Yeah.
It's cute.
It's
It's
Noodle
really
Arm
cute.
artwork.
Oh, okay. I think I've heard of that. Is that like Cuphead, perchance?
You know what? No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Then I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but this is great. This one surprised me. I played with my daughter, and we play. This is our quick one to come out, and this is a quick one to hit the table. Love it a lot.
Very
Fliptoons.
nice. My number 9 is one that, my number 10 first. Let's start there. My number 10 is one that I think there's 2 sides of the office on this one. And I'm on the side of I really, really like this game.
What
I
is
think
it?
you're on the other side of like, mid, right? How do you feel about Pondscape, perchance?
I like this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you
That's
came to my
cute.
side. Welcome. It's quite
Welcome.
lovely.
Not if you're going to talk to me like that. I hate it.
Oh, no.
For my safety.
Pondscape, it gives me vibes of castle combo and forest shuffle. It has some drafting in it where you're drafting these pond cards, either frogs or landscape cards, into your hand. They're multi-use because you're building out a tableau as well and kind of building your own scoring out in that tableau. So the frogs are going to score differently and care about what else is in your pond and maybe what's adjacent to them. So you have to have this balance of not only how do I use this card, but where do I place it in order to give myself the most scoring opportunities and maximize on them at the end. So I really like between the multi-use cards and it almost leads to multiple decisions on your turn. You're doing one simple thing. You're drafting a card and playing a card. That is your turn. Yeah. But what card do you draft is going to move the frog, and by moving the frog, that means if you happen to tuck a card that chance, that tells you where you can tuck a card on your on your turn. Do you play a card to fulfill a scoring condition or start a new scoring condition? So there's a lot happening in your head on this without being bogged down by a heavy rule set. So I just find this to be a pleasant experience, a pleasant evening, well spent. So yeah, Pondscape is kind of one of my go-to weeknight or comfort games.
It's one of those that, so I took it back to Vegas and I played it with my family who play games like Cascadia and Ticket to Ride and Airlines Europe. And it's like just a little bit next step from that because there's a lot of iconography. Right.
Yeah.
But the actual play of it's so smooth. I think it's really solid.
I think this is definitely closer to a welcoming game than Forest Shuffle, but I still wouldn't call it a welcoming game. Yeah. It does need that little half a step up from welcoming. Yeah. So, that's my number 10 is Pondscape.
All right, number 10 for me is far from a welcoming game. It's, in fact, a very intimidating game. This is called Dante Inferno.
Oh,
this is a big old boss battle, and if you have the deluxe edition, I think is just untenable.
It's insane.
The standee edition would probably be my recommendation.
How much does it shrink the box?
A lot.
Really?
I mean, it's more of like a Star Wars Rebellion size box, maybe a little bit taller. But it's a square box if you get the regular one.
Because I'm not kidding that the other one is half this table.
It's insane.
It is so big.
And unnecessary. But what you see in the game is there's two halves to it. There's a lot of comparisons to Oathsworn, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Where the first half is on the back side of the board there. You do an adventure. You're reading through the story. You're upgrading your characters, and you're doing different skill checks and stuff. The narrative is so well written. The actual boss battling part, once you get through that, you flip the board over, you set up these like 3D terrains and all that stuff, and then you're going through, and the boss battles are so thematic and gripping, and there's some humor to them as you're like, I
love that.
Yeah, he's throwing this pillar at me. I'm going to throw his chair at him.
Yeah.
Screw you, Minos.
It's like really big toddlers, right? It's like toddler gods.
But it's got some of the best story writing that it just kept me gripped the whole way through. I think it's a fantastic campaign and well worth the investment. So,
that's a good cover too.
Yeah, Dante Inferno is my number 10.
Okay, so my number 9 is actually an auto battler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
All is balanced.
Yeah, so you know what this one probably is. This one is Tag Team. Tag Team is just great. There's something about that. There's so much content in the box, and the fact they're going to be coming out with these for a while to come. Because you can. It does give you that kind of arcade feel where you're going back and forth, you're trying to battle each other, and you're also trying to outthink. It kind of gives you an arcade mix with The Princess Bride. It's like, you think I'm going to put it on top. I'm going to put it second, but I'll put it second from the top. So it's really neat to try to get that synergy back and forth and play. You truly are playing your opponent in this, which it feels really good. And you're not only picking those two characters, you're picking the characters that have a good synergy together. Because some characters are great, except if they're teamed up with somebody else, they'll kind of fall flat. So I think that's where this really shines. And again, because it's so quick, you can pick it up and play it again and again and keep mixing and matching with that.
This one's funny because I think every time it's described, I'm like, I do not think I'm going to like that game at all.
Really?
But then everyone is so excited about it that it's
good.
like there's that contagious, the contagious feelings, and excitement that I'm like, I need to try this. But but they describe it, I'm like, I don't think I'll like that. So it's quite the up and down journey for me.
I think you would like it.
I don't know.
And I think as you play it, you might kind of have that same infectious type of energy as you're like, if I'm not taking it too seriously, I'm going to try to slot this card here. Oh,
Right.
it didn't.
Yeah.
Whoops, my sequence was bad. Oh, well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of what it hinges on, I think.
Because I would rather lose going for that mega hit. You know, because if
every
it
time.
lands, you'd be like, this is going to be epic.
Yeah.
People are going to write songs about
Yes.
this moment. You know?
I have no problem falling on my face if I might have.
Exactly.
know?
Yeah. We call it
Yeah.
the skate summer.
Oh my gosh, too
So-
soon. Too soon. It's only been 2 years. Calm down. All right. All right, my number 9 is a game that we played today, actually. Well, by the time this airs, it'll be yesterday. Sorry, we're recording this
Wow.
on Tuesday right now.
It's
But
a good point.
Time
yeah,
travel.
yesterday we played Take Time. This is going to be a
Really?
cooperative game.
Wow.
Man, I have loved this game. It's a cooperative. It reminds me of The Mind and The Crew, somewhere in the middle of those two. It's not trick taking, but there's definitely more gameplay than The Mind. So you are playing out cards in these different slots around
Yeah.
a clock here, and you have to meet different requirements depending on where you, depending on the scenario that you're playing, and you can't talk during it. You know, so you have your hand of cards, and you're playing them out, trying to meet certain restrictions, and then there's this great reveal moment of the game where you turn over the cards face up and you go through and see if you succeeded that mission or not. And I just love that the tense gameplay coupled with those high highs and low lows that you were talking about, Joey. You know, like we might
Yeah.
completely fall on our face in this, or it might be like mind blowing. I can't believe we pulled this together and make it work. You know, so I really feel like there's no guarantees in this game, and it's just a lot of fun cooperative moments. You know, it's also one that I like. It is difficult, but you feel yourself getting better at it as you
Yes.
play with the same group.
How hard does it get? Because I think I got to envelope
Yes.
3 out of like 20?
10, but yeah.
10?
Yeah.
But by envelope 3, I was like, this game is kicking my butt.
Yes.
Like, oh, you have to only max out at a total of 20 or lower. And like, I
Yeah.
can't fit these cards in
Right.
places.
Yeah, it gets really, it's similar to The Crew. You know, you
Okay.
do get better at it, and there's some situations, depending on the cards dealt, that might be pretty close to impossible.
Okay,
You know,
right.
and
But
so
just
just play it
reshuffle,
again.
it's quick.
Reshuffle and play it again. Yeah,
Cool.
within, 4 or 5 minutes max, you know if you won or lost that scenario, because it can be that quick.
Nice,
You know,
yeah.
so yeah, it does get really tricky though. So yeah, that's my number 9, Take Time.
It also looks good on the table for a minimalistic game. They did a good job with how it looks and all the components go together.
Oh, this
Super elegant.
This
Yeah.
could have looked like. We're not here to make fun of games. This is the top 10 games of the year.
You're about to drop names, aren't you?
Yes.
The Magenta series. Imagine if they magentified this game.
Gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Oh, it would hurt.
It would,
Yeah.
it would be bad. Yeah.
I mean, layman's terms, it could have looked like Uno.
Right.
You know, it just
Right.
means numbers on a card, number on cards. That's it. You know,
This is
I'm
just
so glad.
elegant.
It
Yeah.
looks so pretty. Yeah, my number 9.
All right, number 9 for me is this is a game that gets a lot of love in this office, and not just from us, but from one particular patron who comes here to play games with us on Tuesdays.
Oh,
I have a
okay.
guess.
Yeah,
This
all
is
right.
Cretaceous
Yes,
Rails.
she loves it. She loves it.
Oh, I'm glad that Susan champions this one. This is a great game. I know it's been a little bit hard to find, but I think that they just ran a second Kickstarter. I hope this one gets way more attention. This is a great worker placement game where you play in the bottom right grid there. You place a worker between 2 actions, and you get both of them. And you get to run rails and trains through these dinosaurs in the bush. You get to either take people on tours of the dinosaurs or capture the dinosaurs and bring them home. Why? Points?
Because you can.
Because money?
But
I mean, if I have an option to capture a dinosaur, I am.
Gonna do it,
I
right?
can't see that dinosaur because of that palm tree.
Oh, I guess we'll take some chainsaws to it.
There we go.
I'm gonna attach chainsaws on the arms of velociraptors and assume that they can go do the clearing of the jungle for me.
It's a very different game than I thought. All right.
Expansion.
But it's so interactive because you might take dinosaurs from the board, even though you're like, ooh, I kind of want to do a few other things first, but I'm gonna take them so Joey can't take his people on tours to go see those dinosaurs. There's a lot of interaction points in this game. It doesn't feel mean, but there's definitely like prioritizing and playing against the other players at the table very intentionally.
Okay.
I think this game's phenomenal, and I hope that it gets all the attention in the world and all the buzz. 'Cause it
100%.
deserves it.
Yeah.
That's number 9, Cretaceous Rails.
All right, my number 8 was the one I had to double and triple check that it was this year.
Oh, I thought that
Because
you
I'm
that I liked the
Did I
game.
like
I had to
it?
keep
No, I
playing
think
it
I
just
hated
to
it.
make sure.
I know I like it. I feel like I've been talking about it for a while, but this one is spooktacular.
That didn't come out this
It
year. That's
was.
crazy talk.
I know. I doubled and triple
Tom
checked.
put it on his list of
Did he?
surprises, so it's got to
That's
count.
true.
Yeah.
This one again, it's a movie theater where these 80s B monsters come off the screen, and you're playing the monsters. You have to kind of spook and devour these patrons, and every monster is so asymmetric, and they will spook them out. You get points and whatever as you spook them out of the room. And there's different ways you can collect points. Christine, or the killer car, kind of picks up the passengers. You've got the phone. You've got Regoop, they call the blob or whatever. I love
Level
this.
99's like, oh, stop it.
Oh yeah. Whatever these could be based on. But this is fantastic. And again, I can see more monsters coming out for this. I think the artwork looks great. This is very fun, tongue-in-cheek. And it makes me happy seeing this played a lot at East and places like that, because it is such a fun theme. And it's about 45 minutes maybe. So it's a shorter style game.
It's funny because it's one that I don't feel like is getting, that I've heard a whole lot of buzz outside of the Dice Tower, outside
Right.
East and that kind of stuff. But I've also never heard of someone not liking it in
Yes.
those situations either.
I think it's been hard to find.
Okay.
I think it wasn't like readily out and stuff. So, but there's another one. I think that when people kind of get it, they'll like it.
Yeah, because I know it was at West last year, Dice Tower West, and it was in the hot games and just being played constantly and constantly
Yeah.
recommended as well.
And people were surprised. They'd sit down just randomly to try it, and they're like, wow, I really like this.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it was next to Galactic Cruise, and so like, well, we'll try this, and that way we know if that table becomes available, and we'll jump over there as soon as it
Yes.
is. And then they just stay there.
They do.
You know?
And this has I think this is one element I like of games that shows the difficulty on the things you pick. So if you played several times, you can kind of ramp it up.
Nice.
Be like, I'm going to try this guy because he's more difficult. Kind of give you a bit of a handicap there. So I like that.
All right.
Anyway, Spooktacular is my number 8.
How do you guys feel about second editions
Oh,
in the top 10 of the year?
Fire.
Really?
Oh,
all right. Well, my number.
Probably fine.
How second edition? Are we talking like different
like
name?
it came after the first, but not quite
Hey,
third.
I'm talking like, did they change the theme or anything?
Joey
No.
wasn't speaking middle. How?
How
Second edition.
second edition?
Oh, tell more.
Why use lot word when few word do trick?
They didn't specifically say second edition. They just called it Above and Below Haunted.
Oh, I allow it.
That's fine.
No,
Okay.
yeah,
All
that's
right.
good.
Good. All right. Remember that answer later. All right. My
no.
number 8 is Above and Below Haunted.
What other haunted editions of games came out?
I really liked Above and Below. It's of Ryan Laukait's trilogy, the Above and Below, Near and Far, and then Now or Never. I always liked Above and Below in the smaller player counts or lower player counts. I think the little snippets of the story kept the game flowing, and it was the lightest of the three, and I enjoyed it for that. But I think Above and Below Haunted gave it a little bit more oomph. So it brings in these ghosts that when you go down into the caves, you might get haunted and your buildings might get haunted. So there's another action in order to do this like cleansing, in your town.
Yeah.
And at that point you send the ghost to somebody else's, city. You're like, my ghosts are going to go visit Joey over there. Just anybody.
Could be anyone.
Anybody. Could have been. But then also the stories I feel they have that little bit more oomph, like I was talking about or a second ago, where you make sometimes multiple levels of decision, or there can be some really bad things that happen in there.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, so-and-so just died, like it goes a little bit further, a little bit more consequences come into play here with this second edition of Above and Below Haunted. So it was enough for me that it did replace Above and Below. And it's definitely one that I'm like, if this is the one I'm going to recommend going forward.
I think
I agree.
of any year, this is a year where there were tons of
Yes.
I
second
agree.
editions or sequels. There were a lot
There were.
of these.
Good point.
And, yeah, to the point where it making the list makes sense. That's
Yeah.
some of the biggest games.
That was great. It's my number 8.
Number 8 for me is a Garfield game. No shocker there, I'm sure. This one's Scara Bray. I think Scara Bray.
Yeah.
This year.
I know. That's what I thought too. I was like,
oh, wow.
oh, wow.
This is such a good game where you have a bunch of action spots in front of you, and the way that you're activating them to turn resources into other resources. Do you like resource management? That's what this game is. Those bins up there in that overview, 3, 6, 8. There's like 18, 6 to 18 types of resources.
What is that?
I was going to guess
Norelco-
like 12.
That Norelco shaver right there. What does that do?
That is my one little gripe with the game, is it has this kind of like fiddly little turn order type mechanism.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, so it's 3 spaces, and you can either go to this space or that space. You can pass to go later, but then you'll guarantee go first next time. But
Guarantee go first.
Guarantee go first. How? Second edition. But I think that it just does so many things nicely. It reminds me of last year or the year before, Garfield came out with Legacy of You, which was a phenomenal solo game. And this has some similarities to it in a multiplayer game, where you're doing your own thing quite a bit, but there's also enough coming together at the start of each round for that turn order. What cards do you think people are going to take? That it brings that tension and makes it worthwhile to play as a multiplayer game. That also does play phenomenal solo. So yeah, Scar Bray is my number 8.
All right, so my number 7 is not a second edition, but this was based on another game, but it was rethemed into a theme that I think they nailed. This theme is great, and it is in the Star Trek world. And this is Captain's Chair. Captain's Chair is, this one feels so good. This is based on Imperium Legends, is that what it is? What was it?
Yeah, Imperium, and there were 2 versions of it.
Right, yeah, so I never played the first one, but this one right here just feels, it's amazing how much theme they can put inside of really a card game is what it is. But this just feels good. It kind of gives you the feel of being in the chair. You have away teams, you have the planets that come out, you recruit crew members, and every single captain you have in there plays according to the way you would think they would when in the theme of the game. Like Picard, you've got, I think, Michael from Discovery, I think, is in there. Anyway, a lot of these. So I think it just meshes together so well. And the factions on here really fit, again, that theme of Star Trek. It really gives you that, it feels like that world, which is, it's hard to nail that overall theme because Star Trek means just, it's everywhere, all across the board, you know.
There's been so much of it, too.
Right, so many different series and stuff. They do a great job putting all this stuff together.
And Star Trek is not a war series the way Star Wars is, right?
Right.
So yeah, cool big ship battles is neat, but this is much more like methodical and thoughtful, right?
Yeah, and this is like you have crisis, you have diplomacy, you have the battles, you have that very cinematic, almost episodic feel when you play different hands of cards.
Yeah.
So
And
this surprises me.
I'm sorry, do you feel like this is elevated because of the theme? Like
Yes.
the gameplay is?
Usually, yeah.
Okay, got
100%.
it.
And they did a good job. They didn't just kind of paste it on there. I think really they went forward and really put it into the game itself, into the DNA,
Very
which is
good.
surprising. Yeah, so
Very
anyway, 7
cool.
is Captain's Chair, which there's an expansion coming out I'm very excited about. That is bringing
Next year, and this is 2025, so
What am I talking about? I don't even care.
doesn't matter yet.
This year's only
I
matter.
want to know who was in it, but fine. Okay. Let's do what you want to do.
Let's do everything that you
It's
want
already
to do.
cheating. Like, that's of next year.
Surprises.
My number 7 is, again, another comfortable game for me. It's replaced some other games that I put into this same category. This is going to be Photo Tour North America.
Really?
So the games I put in the same category are the trekking series, trekking the national parks, trekking the world, trekking through history, and then also Wanderlust as well. And I think of these kind of games, this is the one that I really gravitate to. And similar to what I was saying with Pondscape, a lot of it is just the ease of getting into the game. I think that it doesn't sacrifice those kind of tense moments of like, okay, do I take the last movement dice because it's not exactly what I want, or maybe it is exactly what I want, it doesn't matter, but I don't want to give the next person a full 5 dice to choose from. So if I have these 2 equal things, either taking a card or taking a die, then I'm going to take the card because I'm not going to give you a full slate. So you have these interesting player interaction points, but ultimately it's a really short game and it's about optimizing your own turn because it really sneaks up on you. It's going to play in, I'm going to say 25 minutes tops is what it feels like. It's a very limited tableau that you're building, and you want to have the right card, be in the right city to play that card on the right place on your board because, once again, like Pondscape, it's unlocking different scoring opportunities or maximizing those scoring opportunities depending on how you place them. So there's enough little things to think about on your turn to really feel like you are optimizing, the game, but it's going to be so quick. You're doing one of three things. You're taking a die, you're taking a resource, you're taking a card, or you're playing a card. I guess 4 things. 5, sorry, miscounted.
You got me really interested in this,
so
actually.
This is, for the ease into it, this is my go-to one of these like kind of wanderlusting kind of games. It's like I want to travel in my PJs at home on a weeknight.
A lot
if that's you,
it's a lot of conditions.
Photo tour. I find
myself
there. Do you like
travel? How long do you have for me to explain the answer to this question?
What can I wear?
Are you torn? Yes. Do you like to travel but don't want to leave your home? I recommend Photo Tour North America. It's my number 7. I'm really enjoying this one.
Nice. I was laughing because when Tom in the overview was showing the bag, like a draw bag, I thought he was shaking a handkerchief. I was like, weird move, Tom.
This trick is going to be great.
Number 7 for me this is the one I think is the oldest game on the list. Because it had a small...
Catan.
It had a small, like 20 or like 200 game release at PAX of last year. But PAX Unplugged, but this is a 2025 game. There's no other way about it, right? This is the Fellowship of the Ring, the trick-taking game. And so...
That was this year?
That was this year, because it had a January actual release.
Okay.
So, Joey?
Just kidding. Just kidding, yeah.
You got something to say. Did you bring enough sass for the whole class?
Well, just because
rhymes. I like that.
Because we're playing the next one here in the Spectacular here in a couple days, right?
Yeah, the 2 towers.
The 2 towers. And so the fact that the next one's already coming out makes it feel like this one can't be this year also.
Tolkien wrote all 3 books in 1 year.
Use ChatGPT was the problem. No, this is great. Cooperative trick-taking, but with an awesome theme on it. Somehow more thematic than The Crew. But, I love going through the different characters. True. I love going through the chapters and just, I don't know. It's everything that I want from a cooperative trick-taking game. And then it's also like, hey, how about some theme and story? Oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
but doesn't require it either.
Yes.
If you even appreciate the Lord of the Rings, you can still enjoy this.
Exactly.
And the artwork is great on this too.
Oh,
it's very
so
unique.
Stained glass look,
It's a unique take on these because we're seeing a lot of Lord of the Rings. So they managed to do it something that was elegant but unique.
And it probably gets difficult to make it true to the original source material, but make the art unique. It's got to be harder and harder.
I thought you were going to say, it's difficult to be true to the source material and have cards numbered 1 through 9.
Also true.
All right, that's Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game.
Okay, so I did not do big surprises for this year, but if I would have, this would have been probably my number 1 for so many reasons. Hearing about the game did not excite me. Seeing the game even bumped that no excitement down to even lower.
To like negative lower?
And then playing it, I'm like, it's actually pretty fun. This is Hot Streak. Hot Streak.
Oh, wow.
When you see someone pull that board out, you're like, okay, I got to go.
Yeah, you're like, I'm all of a sudden really busy.
And I have seen it happen. At game night, be like, you got to play this. And people at the table are like, oh, man.
You see their heart just drop a little bit.
Yeah, they give like the word to other people to call them and get them out of this conversation,
Peanut butter.
Yeah. Is that your word?
No,
but then they start playing it like, this is great because it feels like a mascot race. It's just silly. And you're sitting there cheering, you're groaning. It's just silly and crazy. This, for me, I love Camel Up. But this one replaced Camel Up because of several reasons. Number 1, it's simpler, which is odd. You forget about Camel Up does have a bit of a learning curve with the betting and all that stuff. The
Oasis tokens and they slide in this order. Oh, except for when That's the thing. All I remember is this is fun. Okay, wait, I got to teach this to you. But this one is just silly. It's chaos.
How much do you think it would cost to get life-size? Yeah, I'm going to say what you're thinking I'm saying. I'm going there.
Here it is.
To get these mascot costumes and do for East and have like a life-size game of this. And if you fall down, of course, you have to like worm crawl and inch your way forward up one space, right?
It doesn't matter how much it costs. It has to happen.
Right?
Money's no object.
Sounds like it's a really good birthday present for Tom.
I agree.
Using the Dice Tower card.
And he'll never watch our videos, so this is going to be a surprise
he has no idea.
to him.
He definitely doesn't watch it if he's not
Z,
in it.
don't narc on us.
Don't do it, Z.
We'll put you in the
Do
hot
it and
dog
you will
costume.
use your card.
Hello, Tom.
Wouldn't that be amazing, though?
It would be so good.
This would be so fun.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. I need to take a note real quick.
This.
Yep. You should do that.
Streak life. I'll definitely remember that.
This was my
I'll know what I
number
mean.
one surprise.
Was it really?
It was.
Because again, it's just so everything surprises you about it. You keep thinking it's going to get better. Have these little figures. Might get better. Pull out the little paper money. Might get better.
Oh, the paper money.
It's like not going to get any better.
This is also another auto battler adjacent game. What do you think about it?
It is, isn't it?
You have a type.
I do. Wow. Top 10 auto battlers. So, yeah, anyway, Hot Streak. If you haven't played it because you think you'll hate it, I saw heavy gamers be like, I don't want to play this. And later, like,
How much do they weigh?
Fifth game. Hurtful. But let's just say the hot dog guy was no longer there afterwards. So I'm kidding. I kid.
Are you taking after Comic the Insult Dog? I kid.
Okay. All right, we're going to yours.
All right.
Z's bumped me.
Swinging, I think, to the other side of gaming here. This is one of the heavier games on my list this year. And it is in a series that I really, really like. I did not think I would like this one. This is the one I thought, this is where this series loses me. And this is going to be Kinfire Council. In the Kickstarter.
Really?
Because it was in the Kickstarter when it came out. It was like a negotiation game and political and alliances. And I was like...
I am glad to hear that because I thought the same thing when I heard it. I was like, oh, great. Founders of Kinfire.
Right. And I was like, nope, I'm out. No, and it is... I think
you liked it.
That is like a very sprinkle. That is like the sprinkles on top of the sundae that this game is. I really like the worker placement element of this, which is you have your council members and they each have different special abilities that you can build into them. So you can go over to this one spot and maybe train it. So train one of your council members, and they have a special ability when they go out, which is going to be everything from like getting you discounts out here, getting you extra resources. So you have all these different things that you're trying to manage in a way that still feels like it pulls on the personalities and the world that we've seen in Kinfire Delve and Kinfire Chronicles as well. So it feels like it fits in that universe because it does, and it is, but it is so unique and has really interesting worker placement and maybe not resource management, more like turn management. Kind of stuff that you have to work through.
Although they're different, you would put Delve over this, and then this second. I know it's totally different. I know.
I think if I had to order the three, it would be Delve, Chronicles, and then Council last.
Okay.
But that's because
it's a good last place.
Right. I mean, they're all
not much of a drop off.
No. I mean, they're all above 8s for me.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, Delve is a 10, for example.
Right.
So I mean, there's not really fair to. Council.
I made you do it anyway.
You did, and now I'm very uncomfortable and stumbling. So yeah, I definitely.
I'm a hot dog.
It's the one that I think I was very, very pleasantly surprised. I'm like, I like this. My play of this was a best case scenario of what I thought. I expected it to disappoint, and it didn't. So it's my number 6, Kinfire Council.
Like those top 10 not disappointed games.
It's really a pleasant surprise though, because I love them all.
I
and I
agree.
was just like, here it is. It was set up to be a heartbreak, and it wasn't.
Number 6 for me was I knew going into it. I was like, this is gonna be my type of game. Just look at it. This is what the kids call elegant AF. This is Luthier.
All right,
That's how the kids talk.
That is, yeah.
They talk like this.
Kids get their mouth washed out.
Well, yeah, but that
again, Tom doesn't watch the videos. It's fine.
That's true.
Yeah, that's how the kids talk. They deserve the soap, all the soap in the world. Luthier, fantastic worker placement game. It uses this idea of hidden value worker placement. You put a disc somewhere. Is that a 1? Is that a 3? Is that a 5?
Is that a cello or
Is
a
that
violin?
You know the difference between a violin and a cello, right? You turn it sideways, cello, or you do cello.
Oh,
I don't know.
Nope.
I know music. That's why I like this game. Me use lot word, describe good. But yeah, just this whole idea of that like hidden value of worker placement creates so much tension, and then the tension of going around going around in player order, choosing which space to activate, and so it has this great like do your own little thing. But most of the game, you are just kind of having a nice amount of tension. You say, don't activate the spot first, please. I really want to try to get this, to fulfill this patron, to take first chair in the orchestra and stuff. It's so good. It's so elegant. It's beautiful. but it also doesn't get lost in its own weeds.
Is it worth the box size on this is pretty big.
I was surprised
It
how
is.
big it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's worth it for the box size. It's a lot.
There's the retail version, which is
there is.
thinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's still the same dimensions on the cover, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely fills up a table. If I do have a complaint about it, it is that many games these days are like, I guess people will just buy larger tables. And this is kind of one of them, but I still find it worth it. That's luthier.
Okay, my number 5 is actually a crossover.
With Chris.
Already.
You already looked at
With
Chris. You did. You gave it away.
I know.
Let's see. What does he say?
This
Was it
one is-
Luthier? 'Cause you didn't know what size the box was.
This-
I think there's only one that you play. Oh, no,
Wasn't
there's
Be Dante
two.
Inferno. You weren't in that live play.
This one right here is, again, someone at the studio loves to play
Age of
this.
the Dinosaur.
This is like if you mix
Dino.
Dinosaur World
boom,
with
boom,
Ticket to
boom,
Ride.
boom, 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 boom.
Everything Chris said on this is true.
Get on the floor, everybody walk the dinosaur. You're interrupting my musical number.
Gosh. Cello. So, Cretaceous Rails, again, it's another one that you see on the table, like, look at those plastic dinosaurs. Like, what is happening right now? It works, man. That's the thing. It's like, it's so fun. You get to pull different people on there. You get to fill up your train of dinosaurs. And then even the action selection, the anticipation for where those things flop out there, which ones you can choose. That's exciting. You're like, oh, there's 2 rails next to each other. This is great, you know? There's like kind of a push your luck. Like, I need to go first just in case that perfect arrangement comes out in those actions, you know? And then so many paths to victory. And it's fantastic. It's surprising how great this game is.
Can you wash the minis? Will it change the gameplay?
I wonder if you could. But you have to have that color, though.
You wash them in like a black or a brown.
They're
true.
not super detailed. They do really look like those toys that you
They
buy
really
in a
do.
loose bag.
Yeah.
Like they have that same texturing. So I don't know if they would wash too much.
Because the one thing, it's so striking. You know, like I said, looks like a dollar store toy.
Right.
It
you
does,
know?
yeah.
But the game is incredible. So anyway, if you haven't played this, again, like Chris said, it's hard to get, but I think it's coming back out or whatever. So
They just did a Kickstarter for a reprint, so it'll be more accessible.
Yeah, this is one to definitely check out if you haven't played it. So anyway, Cretaceous Rails, number 5.
Very good. My number 5 is going back into that kind of comfort zone to me, the one that I want to play on that weeknight. That's just an interesting puzzle that I don't feel like gets in its own way. And this is going to be Pergola. So this is kind of the spiritual successor to Meadow, but it is nothing like it in gameplay. It's really just the same design team, same artist, that kind of stuff. And that's about where I would say the similarities begin and end. What I really like about this one is the tableau, not the tableau building, but I guess your own individual player board that you're building out. It doesn't have the restrictions of placement.
Yeah.
So you're going to be drafting each turn different tokens to put on your player board, and that wherever you draft that from signifies what action you get to take that turn. But then when you take those tokens to play it on your player board, you can put them where you want it.
Right.
So the puzzle of it really is about sequencing your turns correctly to get the right tokens you want and take the right action. Not necessarily of like, how does this polyomino fit over here? How do I do that? If I do that, I don't know, this perfect placement. So it has that same mental, I guess, churn of a polyomino game, but without having that type of structure on the board. And I like that. It's just pleasing. This is just one that's really pleasing, and I think the production on it definitely elevates it. Where those tokens you're drafting actually come on these little garden tools. Did that need to be that way? No. Is it nice? Yes. It's just feels thematic, but I would never call this a thematic game.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
This is one that I forgot about, honestly. I like it a lot because it does a lot with so little. It's just like that small footprint. Even those pulling out those little whatever tools, it's fun, you know?
Yeah.
And you're putting all your points right here. Yeah, this is
and you
really
see it, and
a
you're
good
just
pick.
organizing your garden. It's like you're working in your garden without having to get dirty.
Yes.
Once again, if I can travel the world from my living room and photo tour, why can't I tend to my garden at my dinner table?
You would do everything at home in your pajamas.
I do not want to put on shoes or clothes.
There we go.
Last week, Wendy just like freshly did her nails. You know, had this like nice like nude color that she got in. She was excited. And then she went and worked in the garden.
Yeah.
And then she came back in, and her hands just
live
looked
chat.
filthy nasty. Just
with that
all
nude color. Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be so gross.
It was so, she was like, "Well, guess you should take these off."
Yeah.
That's cool. It's a fun game.
Hope neither of you have neighbors. All right.
My number 5 is Pergola. I don't know. He's stuck on nude.
Okay. Number 5 for me is
Crossover.
No, I don't think this is on
Anyone's list in the
I
world.
don't think I'll have any crossovers this year.
between the three of us. I don't think there'll be too many.
No, I agree.
It depends if you remembered a game came out this year or not.
Let's just probably err on the side of no.
No, if there's a game that you guys have to have a crossover in one.
Think so?
If you don't, then I think your list is not valid.
It's like actively flawed.
I agree. I think there is maybe one.
I think you guys have to.
Okay.
Okay, I'm worried now. But my number 5.
I'm going to write it down so I don't forget.
There might be one person in the office this would be a crossover with. This is one of the two Knizia 2-player games that came out this year. This is Icor.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, okay.
Not that one,
All
no. No rush in this one. Actually, it is rush. It's a race to get all of your discs out on a board. It's a very abstract game. Mm-hmm. Once again, a surprise that I liked it as much as I do, because you have these different movers, like pawns representing different monsters or deities, and you slide them as far as you want in one direction. And then you drop off discs in every space that you move through. And then you want to get your discs out on the board first. That's the entirety of the game. Well, I should say each one of the characters has a one-time use special ability that's huge, though. And so one of them allows you to jump over characters or push characters, or instead of moving, you just place out discs in the spaces around your character. And that can really throw a wrinkle in your opponent's plans. The pieces block each other. And it also has this nice victory point scoring element to it, because you're supposed to play each side once. So you see the special powers you have. You learn what your opponent has. The points that you get are how many leftover discs your opponent still has to place out on the board when you finish putting yours out. And then, so, Joey has like 4 left over. Then we swap sides. And now Joey can still win the game by putting his out first and leaving me with more than 4 discs left in my supply. I think that's brilliant. That whole switch sides thing. Not every game that does that is like quick and punchy enough to merit it. This one 100% is.
This is one that your daughter refuses to play one of the sides, right? Am I thinking the right one?
Yes.
She's like,
she'll only play the Olympians.
When you said and you play twice and then you switch sides, she's like, nope, that's it, I'm done.
Yep. No, she wants to play the ones. She'll play this 5 times in a row, but she just doesn't want to play the monsters. And I'm like, you're young, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
and Dr. Knizia is like dying over here. He's like, that's not how it works!
Yeah, this is the big one. Oh!
It is now imbalanced.
That is Icor.
All right. This is my number 4 here. Really surprised me how much I still like this. This actually hit the table over the weekend, and I'm looking forward to taking it with us on our trip. We're going to be playing it a lot. I've played this so much when it came out. It is a print and play that I don't think either one of you have played, but I think both of you would like it.
Did you print it for me?
Huh?
Did you print it for me?
This isn't the print and play version. It was a print and play before it came out with this version. This one is A Wayfarer's Tale. This right here.
No,
I want to play this bad.
Yes. Good in this. The whole thing is you have a pool of dice, and you are everyone has their own map, and you're going to move around, and you have different adventures on there, and certain ones, like the guy on the top, he has to the number has to be ascending as it goes up, so you want to use a smaller number, and you have to keep going up, because if you go too high early, you can't use him. They can each go to different areas. They also have different abilities. One, you can only use doubles, so the person that's rolling will be able to use those 3 dice, and then the person they can use, everyone else uses the 3 dice, and the person that's rolling also gets the red one to use as well. So there's a little bit of asymmetry, but it's one of those that, not asymmetry, sorry, it's a little bit of like the one person gets the advantage as you roll, but you have to pay attention.
Apologize.
Like,
he's about to say, Chris is about to say, it's an auto battler. But no, it's first of all, it's produced so well. It's got the double layer boards on it. It just feels good. And there's a campaign that you can go through, but there's also just different maps that you can play as you kind of scale this game up. Because the difficulty does ramp up as you go up to map after map.
When you I'm so sorry.
No, you go ahead.
When you told me that this used to be a print and play, based on how nice this production is, I thought I wouldn't touch that print and play.
Well,
this is
that was gonna be my question. Is you talked about the production. Do you think this game is elevated because of it? Would you have liked it as much as a print and play?
I don't think so, which is weird for me to say, because certain things like the mountain climber down. I mean, the way they did this with those boards is just fantastic. Because you'll take the small little, I think it's a D20, and that is what kind of pivots as the number goes up. And he'll go up that, the mountain guy right there. It's nice because the numbers have to go up until the top of the mountain. Then you can go descending value. Next mountain you stop
go
up,
down.
and he can only hit certain areas. So and I love games where you kind of start at a similar place, but at the end, it's just all across the board. How did you get there? I used her here. It's great.
I love that. I love that when reminds me of Welcome to, for example, where
Exactly.
we all had the same choices the whole way, but we end up with vastly different neighborhoods.
That's just fascinating to me. Yeah. So anyway, this is one that I think is flown under the radar, but I think both of you would just adore this game.
I think I accidentally walked in on you doing the overview on this, and I walked in. I was like, "Oh, sorry. Ooh, what is that?"
Yeah, I know. And I'm I had to refilm it.
You did not. You just cut out that little.
I did.
20-minute interrupt.
You fangirling. Look at this.
Tell me about that part. What's that do?
What's that do?
Hey,
you know what?
what's
Just
that?
start over.
So
I'll just
great.
watch you film. It's not a big deal.
It's creepy.
Does this make you uncomfortable? All right. My number 4 is a big campaign, sprawling, open world game. I know, totally out of character for me. This is Iridia.
Oh, wow.
You don't like it? It's going to cross over with Joey. I'm calling it Iridia. Did you play this? Have you played it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
If you had played it, no. I won't pressure you.
This is one similar where you're just talking about the Wayfarer's Tale. What is it? A Wayfarer's
Wayfarer's Tale, A Journey Begins or something, yeah.
Okay, A Wayfarer's Tale.
This has a second name. Does it?
Yeah, that's why I was like, we'll just go with we'll shorten it here.
We Dare Tread?
Yeah.
Something like that, similar to where that one where you talk about the production. I think the production is what makes this game excellent. It is
100%.
a very good game, but the production on it with those dual layer boards so that you're actually tracking your stats, so you're putting your armor and stuff into your character as it's upgrading. It's just going to keep it so organized, which it's needed and I think essential because the game is so big and sprawling. It's going to be open world where you can go where you want and do what you want, and the game is revealing itself as you go, so you come across a house and I want to go in that house. All right, cool. Here's the overlay for that board. Now this is what the inside of it looks like, so there's a lot of cards that you're getting into play that you're having to go through and open up, and so anything that's going to help that organization on the table is going to keep the game manageable. And on top of that, it's a really fun game. I think the combat is fun in this one where you choose your different weapons, which are going to hit in different patterns. And so it kind of reminded me of Sleeping Gods combat a little bit, where your weapons make a certain polyomino, that you hit with, and then you roll to see where you hit and miss and stuff like that. I really, really love this world, which, like you were saying earlier, kind of surprised me because it looks kind of generic. Oh, here we go, another fantasy, but I found the story behind this, the element of it, the unlocking things as you go, just always left me wanting more.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed exploring Iridia.
Well, that storage sounds so important to actually continue to play the game, right?
100%.
That's cool. All right, number 4 for me. Hey, how do you feel about second editions of games?
I think they're great, and anyone that doesn't think that should
say it.
Go home.
Good. Remember that.
All right, Joey,
my next
get your
pick.
keys. How do you feel about 2 second editions in a row? Because I realized my last one, Icor, was kind of a second edition of an older Knizia game. This one is kind of a second edition of an older Knizia game.
Oh, is this the other one in that series?
I mean,
This is
how
Ego.
second edition? Okay.
Oh, no.
This one's I don't know. I've not played the Beowulf, the Legend. I think that this one's based off of this one.
Very similar theme.
You said
Exploding heads.
This one, it uses the same core. I can't really speak to how different it is, but they definitely refined the game.
Okay.
And so one of the cool things about this, you're just kind of following those 5 boards there like a comic book almost. You go from one event to the next, and some of them are auction events, some of them are avoidance auctions, some of them are you can kind of push your luck to get some more cards in your hand to use for the auctions. It's unfortunately overwhelming looking at it. It looks like there's a million billion things going on in there, and there's really about 20 events over the course of going through the board, done and score. But I think that
looks overwhelming. There's only 20. That's not what I thought you were going to say.
Well, there's only a few types of events.
Okay.
And then there's 20 instances total of like, move to this one. Do you want to draw cards and maybe get a bad token? Yes or no?
Yes.
Got it.
Next event.
Next.
So I think the art's cool and spacey and far out, dude, but like, unfortunately overwhelming.
Yeah.
I find that the auctions have a lot of heart. They have a lot of push your luck, and you will see people make these really wild pushes, and it'll totally pay off. And then you see the complete opposite. And I think that it all comes together in an incredibly fun and funny package, and something that feels like no other game I've played. There you go. That's Ego.
All right, question for you guys. How do you feel about second editions?
I think we can all. I think this is a safe space at this point. I think we're all good.
agree.
Coming out of the surprises, we're all a little like, eee.
So this one, I don't even consider this a second edition because they fixed so many things on it. And the first one, you need to be smacked if you play the first one when this exists.
Then this one's fine.
Yeah, this one is, man, this is a game that I love this game, and I've got so many people to buy this. This is Lightspeed Arena.
Oh, I didn't know this was the second edition.
Because the first one you used like a string to measure
Nope.
it, and
Right.
No.
And
they sold this with the downgrade edition if you want to play the analog way.
How many they sell? 2?
Oh, I know, it's horrible.
there's 5 Kickstarter backers who are like, thank you. We appreciate it.
Where's the cassette?
No, cell phone Game Boy games. Must use string.
This one, I'm telling you, we had
The ultimate joke would be to make the rules for the downgrade edition only a downloadable PDF.
Yes, I love it.
This one right here, it literally takes 5 minutes to play. I will briefly tell people, here's what you're doing, let's play. And then in 5 minutes, they're like, what happened? Then you will take the picture and you'll cast it to the TV.
Yep.
And then they just sit back and they're like, this is incredible.
Right.
Let's do it again. Because the whole thing about this is, this never misses as far as like, people love this game. And if you were to ramp it up, you can use the powers on the back of the bases, or you can turn those asteroids around, and on the back, there's that, the Destiny asteroid is one they always use. You use that one? Destiny
No, what does that
Strikes.
do?
When someone shoots it, then it'll start to spin and shoot someone randomly. So they'll like shoot that to get points, and then it'll go, and Destiny Strikes. And then start to spin it back, goes, ooh! And it's like, whoa, bam! And then you're aiming at a ship that in the 8th round, but that ship got destroyed in the 3rd round, so now you shoot right through to your own ship.
Hit your own.
And it's like, come on, man, he was right. And it's so good. And then again, I ignore the rules on this because they say like only use like 6 ships.
Only use string.
If you use like 4 players, I'm like, no, we're using all the ships. We're using asteroids. Yeah, it's just utter chaos. This is great. And go to like, when we play like 5 seconds, right? To drop each ship.
Something
Yeah.
like that. And I think you do need that. I think
You do.
I think this can quickly become too chaotic if
Exactly.
you don't have a little bit, whether you give people a little more time to place their ship or you play with less ships, something. You can't, it's not something that I'd be like, just do everything. It's great. It's chaos. You do need some restriction.
You do, yeah. At one point, I had to get on a ladder to take a picture of the,
Yeah.
because I was like, we're playing on the floor.
Play
Yeah.
a huge area, yeah. If you're going to play all the ships for every character, you can just expand the area, right?
Yeah, and if the app lets you, then you know what, I'm doing it. But this is just incredible. Again, it's a one that, and I think it's accessible now. You can buy it anywhere, and the expansions just add more ships and more asteroids to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
it's
see
wonderful.
a commenter who says, well, this is pretty much just a video game then. Then it's a phenomenal video game that everyone plays
I
together
agree.
and laughs at.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
It is.
then And then the fact that because the first time people don't really grasp the fact that this technology actually works, you're like, I'm going to shoot your card. No, you have to shoot the ship.
Yeah.
So you could miss that ship and hit something right behind it.
Right.
It's just, the way this works still fascinates me. And you'll sit back, you'll just watch through it, watch it play out. So anyway, this is Lightspeed Arena. It is incredible.
Yeah, it's somehow makes board game, video game activity work.
Has your son
You
played
know?
this?
He's not. No, I don't have a copy, so I haven't.
we're playing
yeah.
this.
Yeah, I think he would like it.
He
a lot.
would love
He would really
this
like
game.
it. Yeah,
Yes,
we'll do it.
that's happening.
All right, my number 3 is. Oh my gosh, no, this is not the only IP game on my list, but it is an IP game, and it actually got me into this IP to the point that I've started reading the comic. This is Core of Discovery.
Wow, you too.
I like this game a
Good
lot.
call.
I really, really like the cooperative deduction of this game. One of my favorite genres as well is like survival, and that's what this game feels like. It feels like a survivor game or survival game that you have to figure out how to survive through deduction. So you're going to have this open wilderness that you have to go out and forage. You know, you're trying to get the right resources to survive each night. So you have to manage your water and maybe build a fire, get a shelter, whatever the goal of that individual scenario is. But then it all has this weird supernatural horror element to it as well. So you're going to have, like, I won't spoil everything, but minotaurs, which is in the very tutorial. So you see it there. Minotaurs come into play. And you're like, wait, what? This is like Lewis and Clark Expedition. I'm pretty sure they did not come across any minotaurs.
Yeah.
Spoilers, they did in the tutorial. And so you also have to figure out
Tutorial mission of the Lewis and Clark expedition.
yeah. So you have to figure
How'd it
out
go?
how to survive and work around that as well, and not be gutted by a minotaur, while you're at it. And so it's just these great moments of discussion of where do we want to travel on this map. We
Right.
need to find wood, and the rules of this scenario are telling us that every row has a wood, so it can't be in this row because we've already found it. Okay, wood also always has to be next to water. We know water is up here, so therefore this one or this one are probably wood. Which way do we want to go? So it's that kind of discussion that you're having. So you can see the sheet that's showing here. It's telling you the different rules per scenario, and I love that it's great discussion to ultimately try to meet a goal and survive each night.
Survival through the deduction sounds awesome. Joey, eat these berries.
Let's figure this
I'd
out.
like to deduce if these are poisonous, please.
This is like someone played Search for Planet X and like, what would be great if I could die? It's like, that's what it is, because you're figuring it out, but you're like, we also got to live, man.
Yeah.
This is really good.
This is good, and it's, like I said, gotten me into the comics. The comics get pretty gruesome, so be advised if you get into it. But I like it. It's pretty
He's
good.
earning that. Yeah,
This is one I
$1.
missed this year, and I just knew there wasn't time to play every single
Yeah,
game. But
absolutely.
This sounds so awesome.
That's what's kind of great about our list. I feel like it's like, I haven't played that one. It's like it's very diverse this year because I think
That's
we've
true.
kind of specialized in what we played. So that's my number 3 is Core of Discovery.
My number 3 is it looks like a children's game. It looks not just like a children's game, but looks like a children's toy.
Can I get? Oh, never mind. I was going to say for Northwood. Or that little
No,
baby
that
one.
was last year.
I don't care. Every time somebody says children's game, that's what's coming up to me. That baby one.
It looks like a baby game, not even a kid's game. It's like, here's your baby blanket and your game.
Happens like, get your game to grow up before we produce it.
This is not baby. This is definitely kid. This is Toy Battle. This is a 2-player.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of my most played. This is probably my most played
really
game
is.
this year.
Yeah, you play a lot on BGA, don't you?
I play
a
a lot on Board Game Arena, and I had an eternal grudge match going with Jordan for quite a few months. So that racked up a lot of plays. But this is such a good game. You have a little rack of tiles, and you can place one out, or you can draw 2 more tiles to your rack. And it comes with these nice wooden, jumbo Scrabble racks. And the number of tiles you can hold is the exact width that wooden tile holder is.
So nice.
It's such a small touch that's brilliant.
It even gets you like, wow, I had to figure that out. It's so simple. It's like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Did you say how can they figure that out?
Yeah. At first I was like,
How
this
can
is
they-
Pretty sure
great.
it's simple math.
This just worked out.
It's
Wow.
like,
How do they do this?
I mean, no
Measure
one's ever
0
figured it
times,
out.
cut 5 times.
Magic.
And so, there's tons of boards, there's tons of maps, and you can win by marching your troops in a straight line connected to your opponent's castle, or you can kind of area control and score points from surrounding areas.
Yeah.
This is so addictive.
It is.
The first time I played it, I thought, meh, it's okay, it's a cute game. But the more I played, there's really a lot of depth. And when you lose a tile, you're like, oh, not that one. But you feel that way about no matter what tile you lose. It's like, okay, that means this is pretty well made. So yeah, I love Toy Battle, one of my favorite 2-player games of this year.
All right, my number 2 is a crossover.
With Chris again, you looked at him.
No, with one and only Camilla.
What?
Sounded so disappointed.
Yeah.
With Chris
Not with Chris.
Is it Iridia?
It is Iridia.
I
Iridia,
thought you
here's.
hadn't played.
Oh man,
believed
it was
you.
hard to stay quiet because I'm like, oh, she's talking about
Yeah,
Iridia.
you did really good. Yeah, we
There's-
definitely had no idea.
Oh, there's so much to love about this game. Here's the thing. I played Rove, which I do like Rove a lot. Rove's similar to Gloomhaven. This stands out in several ways. Number one, the map itself, the overworld map, is so fun to walk through. And then on top of that, the story on this is incredible. I don't want to ruin things, but there's a time where you're at a wedding and something happens and you just laugh so hard. You're like, this is fantastic.
Oh, it's like Game of Thrones.
Yes, exactly.
Well, there's
like
some time that somebody
that.
don't trust her. That's all I'm saying is don't trust her. Hey, unrelated, how difficult is the tutorial dummy?
I didn't lose. Did I lose to it? Oh, I did lose to it. Yeah.
Were you asking how hard is the tutorial, dummy?
Yeah,
How
comma,
did you know I
dummy,
lose to it?
question
How
mark.
did you know I lost?
Tom has told literally everybody that he talks to in the last 2 months.
All right. Well, it's harder than it looks.
It's kind of like you with a certain person's driving we know about.
Just imagine walking back to your camp with like bloodied. What happened? I don't want to talk about it. Where are they? They left.
How's the tutorial center? There were minotaurs.
You start a war with a neighboring tribe just because you're like, you don't want to tell people the dummy beat you up. But this is incredible. Again, it feels so good. And another thing that stands out, you mentioned a video game. You and Z were talking about how this is like a video game, I think. This has NPCs in it that you will go into a place and there's like a dwarf sitting there. And if you interact with him, it changes your entire story. But if you don't, if you leave and come back, he could be gone.
Yeah.
So that storyline is not there anymore.
Like if you stab him, he gets mad.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's
So weird.
Okay. I didn't
Fantasy.
stab
Yeah,
him.
you
Am I
cannot
right?
see anything coming.
That dummy's coming for you. But it's so good. It just feels, you do have that video game feel on it, And I like how there are moments in time that can change the game, but if you don't do them then, it just moves on. That makes it like a living game. This is incredible. So anyway, and again, like the battle system you mentioned, also the way you wear your armor, everything in this is just so well done. Yeah. So this is a huge surprise, but it is Iridia, my number 2.
That's a good one. My number 2 is the other IP game on my list. When I said the last one, Core Discovery, was the only one. It's because it was the first one. Number 2 is Elder Scrolls. So again, based on a video game, kind of having that video game feel to it, right? And I do not know anything about the game. About the video game. I do know quite a bit about the board game.
It's going to be a fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great. But this one had me interested when it was kind of, again, the spiritual successor or used the Too Many Bones system.
That really looks like Too Many Bones
It
right
does,
there.
well, and it is, right?
Yeah.
It's based on a similar system. It's like Too Many Bones. Not even 2.0. I think it's far enough away that it's like 3.0. Like,
That's
it's
how we feel about
significant.
15th editions.
Yeah, this is significantly down the road from Too Many Bones. But, and I will say, I think it is a much smoother and more interesting kind of player management system. And I love Too Many Bones.
And
I mean,
you still love Too Many Bones.
Too Many Bones is in my top 5 of all time. I think
okay.
it's number, I don't know, 3 right now or something like that. Yeah, I adore Too Many Bones. So I do think that this one is a smoother and better system. I really like this part right here that is showing how each of your skill sets share a line. So you have, 5 or 6? 6 slots on there, but you can never, and those 2 skills are competing. We good?
I was with.
Yeah, I just need to write a note.
Okay, got it. You're good. I think. And so those 2 skills have this like tug of war because you can't, whatever is on that same line, you can't max out on both of them because they start running into each other. And so
That's
in
neat.
the beginning of the game, you're building your character, you're choosing your class, you're choosing your specialty, and then on top of that, you're building your skill set as you go. And you're like, all right, I'm really going to gear up in magic. Oh wait, that's going to limit my agility or whatever different skill sets you put on the 2 sides. It's similar similar to Iridia, where you have this open world and you're trying to, and this one has a little bit more on rail, not a little, a lot more on rails. You're trying to get to a certain point, but you can go there any way you want, and you're managing just the day. You know, how much energy do we have left? Can we go this way? Is that right? Or do we want to try to avoid this town and go this way instead? So it really has kind of that two-part feel as well that we see in Too Many Bones, you know, where it's like this is our adventuring part, and then we go into our combat part, that we go down to our dice and specialization. So I really just like the asymmetry of this. I like the cooperation. I find the battles to be difficult and challenging, but really just the asymmetry that you're building at the beginning of the game and through the game as you're unlocking is just, it's so sweet. So good.
I need to try this.
That's my number 2, The Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I think you'd like it. It's up your alley.
Really?
I think so.
Super good game.
Yeah.
Like
and
that.
the dice, they actually have slots in the board, so it keeps them in place for you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You said I'm messy.
I did not say that. I said the board has holes in it, so you can't mess it up.
Seems very pointed.
Oh, I've seen you play Ticket to Ride Legacy.
That is true. To my defense, there's no defense.
Number 2 for me is another 2-player game from Reiner Knizia, but not a second
Oh
edition.
my goodness,
it's now
Mike.
the
This is
Iliad.
Shiliad. Chris is a Shiliad. Yeah, this is Iliad. This is the other. There's 3 Bitewing games in my top 10 of this year. This was a very good year.
Comes
as
a
Sinatra
Canadian
would
guy.
say. This is my vote for best cover of the year.
You hate him.
This is such a cool, tight, tense 2-player little dueling game. You have pieces in your hand. It feels a little bit like Toy Battle. Feels a little bit like Caesar sees Rome in 20 minutes. Blitzkrieg 20 minutes. It's like that type of game. I'm red, I'm placing pieces onto the red spots. If you're blue, then you're placing pieces onto the blue or the gray slots, right? And you're trying to have the highest value in each row and each column when they get completed. There are just a few little effects. Each tile that you place out has like a slide an opponent's tile, slide one of your tiles, so you can try to get, put one of your 5s in a column that scores, and then later play a tile that slides that 5 to a new area so that it can be active again. There are just those little touches, very few rules to it, but I think that what it leads to is this, as we colloquially call, like the knife fight in a phone booth kind of feel for a game.
Yeah.
Good heavens, man. This is tight and tense. I've never had a game that was like, oh, that's interesting. Ooh, it's always just like heart palpitating, like, I need to play this 3 out right there. Don't do anything that messes that up. And I love that feeling in this. So this is one of my favorite 2-player games of all time at this point. Yeah. I love this one. Iliad.
I need to change that. You mentioned like the Rome games and all that 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm back in.
Really?
So I had to change my opinion on this.
You have to change, like you haven't played it yet.
No, but I didn't want to I don't know why, but that description made me want to try it. Because I was like, it's the guy, man.
As soon as we
You
change,
just can't get past that.
I can't
That's
get
so
past
funny.
it.
What
Oh,
if
you
I
don't
put
like
a
that
sticky
jaw?
note on
The
his
jaw
face?
guy.
You can't.
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm like,
as soon as
so
we
funny.
cut to the number, Joey's like, I gotta change it.
I gotta change.
What? Yeah.
Gotta change. I gotta get over him.
Now, neither
right.
of you guys have said the one that I thought you'd have a crossover on. So I'm.
Yeah, I'm confused and slightly frightened.
Oh, this might not be on your list. Make me very sad if it's not. You'd just be wrong.
It's not on your list either yet. Is it right now?
It might be.
Okay. What is it?
The time is now. The
It
place
is
is here.
from Ivy Studios. It's not it?
It's not it. Not what I thought.
Wow. Okay. I don't even know
am
what that is.
shocked.
Oh, I forgot one. Maybe
Did
very-
we
maybe very
collectively
sad.
amnesia our favorite game of the year?
We're gonna wait to see if you mentioned it at the end. This one, my number one, according to me, is another Roland Wright. I don't know. It is from Ivy Studios. It is Tend. Tend is fantastic. I love Tend. We just played a couple days ago here at the Spectacular. There's, again, I can play this over and over and over because there's so many different paths to victory. Apparently the best one is tending, which is my least favorite to do, and Chris doubles me up when he does it. But it's so fun to mine. Look,
I was like,
you
but
get
who
to
gets to scratch off the
Yes!
most? Who really wins?
How much did you
Come
scratch off,
on.
Chris?
Yeah.
I picked up a lot of dice. Shut up!
How dirty was your play area at the end?
Oh, this is great. This is like space farming is what it pretty much is, you know? And you get to put them in the cargo manifest. You get to find it's resource management. The way the resources work are so well. And there's a lot of cascading in this, which always just feels good. And the way it ramps up. And it's also got a very logical path of the game. You know, you see the rounds come out, you see the seasons, you see the scoring, what's going to happen next. And again, you can just ignore that stuff and just start putting crap in your cargo hold and hope you win. And that is what I do. I do not win a lot. But again, I played this with like 12 people because it's all simultaneous.
Yeah.
So you can play it all together. This game is fantastic.
You played a big mega game at the Bash,
At the
didn't
Bash,
you?
yes.
Yeah.
Played like a huge one. And everyone, I think probably everyone but like 3 is their first time playing.
Wow.
But the first time, after the first round or so, you're like, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So again, this is very good. It's very simple because you have limited actions you can do. You know, mine, chop, tend, whatever, and that's it.
There's 4 actions of the game. Joey stops at 3.
And
Whatever the fourth one is.
I'm not mentioning fishing because Chris does not fish. Fishing is the most fun
Chris
part of the
does
game.
not fish.
He does not. He knows
No
fish.
fish for Chris.
So, yeah. Anyway, it is fantastic. This is Tend.
All right. My number 1, we have well established that second editions are okay, and that's okay because this is a very
for
much
number ones,
second
though.
edition. What?
I mean,
Yes,
didn't
it
get the
is.
memo.
No, it's fine, and it is great, and it is glorious, and this is Parks second edition. I think that this
right.
takes a game that I already loved and puts it in one complete, streamlined, smooth package of the best hits from the expansion. What?
oh, yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
confused. Like takes the best hits from the expansion and just puts it in a streamlined, approachable, one box, holds everything, perfect package.
That cover makes me. That's the Buffalo.
This is what Joey thinks
What?
when you're talking.
Buffalo.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, all right,
Do you know
cool.
that's
Thanks,
the only
man.
word that can be
Thanks.
every word in an entire sentence and it makes sense? Buffalo. You know what? Whatever. Google it. It's true.
This,
All right.
This high-class thought is wasted on you, Camilla.
Right, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think it's actually absolutely a stunning production, very thoughtful integration of the expansions before, but it doesn't feel like, oh, we threw all these things in a blender and here out come the best hits.
So it's
You know?
streamlined.
It
a
is,
lot.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, where it really feels that way. So yeah, Parks second edition. I liked Parks a lot, but it was definitely kind of slipping down off my top 100,
Yeah.
and this just took it up, not just to where it started on the list, but even higher.
That's
like
awesome.
it really elevated what I thought of it, even at its originality. The
I was
first
going to
time I
say,
played.
that must be a huge effect to be like your number 1 of the year.
Yeah, it was
That's
really,
cool.
and honestly, this would have been on the surprises as well, probably, because I think it was so surprising. I think what they could do with so little changes, they just feel so natural, but it really is not a completely different game, but it definitely feels like a smoother, more experienced. Somehow it's just as engaging as you're playing the decisions and the tension of your turn, but doesn't feel like it has as much of a barrier to entry. And so, yeah, really, really like Park second edition.
That's cool. When this was first announced, I thought it was kind of a whimper of an announcement, like, hey,
Yeah, right.
You know, but that's cool to hear that it really earned its stripes.
It did, very much so. I thought the same thing. I was like, I mean, do we really need it? I mean, Parks with the expansions is fantastic. This edition, yes, we did need it, and we didn't know.
Nice. My number 1 is probably not going to be a surprise as to what it is. It's big. It's
Okay.
spacey.
Nope.
It's cruising. Galactic Cruise.
Oh, got it. I forgot that was this year too.
I'll let
That
you do your
was-
pick before we.
Been a long
I am
year.
shocked.
Oh, yeah,
not by Galactic Cruise,
No,
but
yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah, this is cool.
Good.
I get to talk about this game, but
Yeah.
my mind's
But
mostly
you're
like,
sweating. No, I don't want
Over
to take
here?
away from Galactic Cruise. So go ahead.
no, I mean, this is my number 1 game, and I knew it as soon as I played it, which I think this game came out in like February or March this year. Never got dethroned. There's a lot of times I've been trying to keep an active list of games that I think could be in my top 10 for the year. And games that I love, it's a little sad. You start seeing them kind of bumped down here and there. Not this one. I knew right away this is one of my favorite games of all time. I think that this does heavy Euro gaming worker placement with a lot going on, a lot of engine building, building up your cruise line, your cruise ships, sending these out on tours or cruises to collect different types of goods. There's lots of levers and pulleys and mechanisms, but it's so, for how advanced of a game it is, streamlined, amazing things like rule book and player aids that make the whole experience so playable, learnable, and less obfuscated behind difficulty. I think this is everything that I want out of a game that is going to have this much going on in it. I think that it's gorgeous. I think it's beautiful. I think it is so much fun and just really exciting. I've lost this game pretty badly, and I'm still just like, look at my cruise line that I made. Look at my ships. Look at my fleet. Look at what I have accomplished. Sure, I lost by 40 points, whatever. I had a great time. And when you do win, it does feel earned still. So it's phenomenal.
That's awesome.
Clearly my favorite game of the year. But also, now I'm curious what did
Unmatched, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, TMNT.
Okay. That would have been on there.
But why not? Didn't you guys both give it a 9 or a 10?
10. Yeah, that was one of my other 10s this year.
It was an expansion. I didn't want it to grief.
It's not. It's standalone.
I agree. But someone here that wears a hat would have argued. No offense, Z, the other person.
Why couldn't you you wouldn't put an expansion on this, though?
So there's that question of second editions or whatever, like how close is it to the original? And I thought that this one is, for me, right? This is not for anybody else, but I thought it was more of a cut and paste. Although I really like the changes, I wouldn't fault anyone else for
I absolutely would have put it on the list. I think, that is shocking to me that you guys didn't.
It hurt to
I
not.
am super disappointed in
But
you.
I didn't want to hear it from you two.
I think you are shameful. I'm looking at Joey.
I cannot win, by the way. If I would have put it on there, you'd have been like, oh my gosh, it's an expansion.
Could you stop talking about it? That's all I've been talking about for 3 weeks. And this is your time to talk about it, and you didn't. We scheduled a time for you to talk about it.
This is your safe space to talk about your turtles.
And you didn't even take it.
We'll talk about it for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that was a difficult decision, though, whether it would make the list or not.
I am sad.
Shocked.
TMNT. Shocked. Shooketh.
Hey, honorary mention to Unmatched TMND. Which
that you guys don't like enough to put on the list.
I agree.
I mean, that was,
we both gave it a 10. I think everybody gave it a 10 that has ever played it in the studio.
But you were too chicken to put it on your list. I'm not letting this go.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for sticking through this one, including Joey's shame of not including TMNT Unmatched.
For shame, Joey. Try harder next year.
All right. There's going to be more to the Winter Spectacular, Tom, Z, Mike, and the People's Choice Top 10, as well as lots of other games and stuff. So go ahead and watch those as well. But until then, I'm Chris Yee.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Joy Evans.
Take care.
Bye.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vassell. Thanks for watching this video. Check out our channel. We have a lot of videos on our channel. We have live videos that go up each week, from live Q&As to videos where we take a look at the newest stuff on Kickstarter, crowdsurfing, to top 10 lists and more. There's lots of stuff on this channel. We encourage you to explore it. You can find out more at our website, dicetower.com. I'm Tom Vassell. Thanks for watching another video on the Dice Tower.